Hello, my name is Lauren, and this is my Know by Year. And this is either going to be my first video for 2026, or it might be the last one that goes up before the new year. Let's get going. So, what we're going to do today is bingo. This is inspired by Life by Numbers. Oh, also, I have apparently not been using this microphone correctly this whole time. Just learned that today. If the sound is better or worse, please let me know. So like I was saying, we're going to be doing bingo today. This is inspired by Life and Numbers. This is a channel that I have mentioned before in my definition slash inspiration video. So you can go and check that out if you want to know more about what I said about her and her channel. I'll link her down below, and I'll link this specifically. She has a website where she has a few like Notion templates that you can purchase, but she also has some stuff that is free, like this bingo sheet. This is intended to be done online. I printed it out. As you can see, the printing is not the best, but it is what it is. I tried doing this last year, and I did set it up on my iPad, and I don't know where it is. I mean, I know where the iPad is. I don't know where the bingo thing is. I don't remember what I put down. I tend to do better if I write stuff down as opposed to doing it digitally and then trying to find it and remember to do it again. Now, you don't have to use her. You can use a bingo card from wherever. You can take a piece of paper, you can scribble it out on your own. It doesn't matter where you get it from. I like her and I want to support her. And if you like me and want to help me support her, maybe go and get hers. It doesn't cost you anything. This is one of the free things. When she did hers, it was at the beginning of her 2025 year. I believe it was before she got laid off, and she just went back and looked at her original bingo card and marked off at the end of the year, or close to the end of the year, what she was able to accomplish. And she did manage to get bingo. Despite losing her job and everything that came with it, she was still able to make bingo. Hers was very personal finance focused. Mine's going to be a little different. So as you can see, we have the little free bingo in the middle. I'm going to add in some no-buy goals, I guess you could call it, some no-buy themed things, but also personal finance things and just some other things in general. I am going to do this on paper. This is printer paper. I want to be able to highlight. I really wanted to use like a fun pen or something. But I also happen to know that on this paper, going back and highlighting it over later, the felt tips aren't necessarily going to work. And is the highlighter going to work over the felt tip and whatever? So I'm just going to use, I have this like little Disney pen. I really don't like ballpoint and rollerball. I am a fountain pen felt tip kind of girl. We're going to use what we have because it's the Know by Year. So first off, I'm going to put down, I have currently one credit card that I want to pay off. So we're going to put down pay off credit card, and I'll put Chase. It's my Disney Chase card. And then what else? One other thing that I would really like to do, I was going to try to do finance and then move into different things, but I'm going to skip around. One thing that I really want to do is I have this huge Loungefly collection. It's not huge, but it's big for me. So I have this Loungefly collection. I have a bunch that I don't want anymore. And so on my next trip down in January, there's a place in Orlando called Recycling the Magic. They'll take Disney collectibles, things from the park. They have old ride vehicles. They have Loungeflies. And so they'll take Loungeflies from both Disney and Universal. And I have one Harry Potter Loungefly. I'm going to give that to them. And I want to get rid of all of the ones that I don't want. So I'm going to put that down. Declutter / sell Loungefly collection. I have decided that each quarter I want to read some kind of a personal finance, or well, some kind of finance book. It doesn't have to necessarily be personal. So one quarter I want to read Rich Girl Nation. I had already started the trading game, which is part finance, part economics, part like autobiography / memoir from Gary Stevenson. So I'm going to put down read. I'm going to put greater than or equal to one finance book per quarter. I want to project pan all of my skincare. I have no idea how sensitive this microphone is. Mr. Gray, I have this thing, it's off camera. It's like right here. It's called a desk nest. I might have like a discount code. If I can ever find that, I'll put it down below. I have a standing desk. It's a cat bed, but it's on an arm that you clamp to your desk. So it raises it so that the cat has a place to be on the desk, but not actually on the desk, which he loves to be up there. Pippa loves to be up there. Effie will occasionally go up there. It's pretty rare. And Gray will also, despite me having the desk nest, he will still come down onto the desk, but he's up there snoring. So if you hear a weird sound, that's Mr. Gray. Here's Mr. Gray. Back to regularly scheduled programming. I would also like to what's something else that I would like to project pan? I'm going to put down 4. I'm going to put it in a random spot. Project pan 4 perfumes. And so that means use them up. I don't want to declutter, well, I do, but I don't want to declutter 4 perfumes and say that I've panned them. No, I want to actually use 4 perfumes up. They can be small, they can be big, they can be whatever. Not the little sample size. I'm not going to count those. Those are too easy. But I do want to project pan 4 perfumes. That, actually what I just said reminds me. When it comes to bingo, you can make this as, here's what it looks like now. So I'm kind of skipping around. You can make it as attainable as you want. You can also put lofty goals. Stretch goals is another way that people talk about it. Big things that you would love to happen and maybe not actually achieve, but it's something to work towards. So along with my project pan for 4 perfumes, I'm going to put in, let's do something reading related. I do like to read. Let's do something. Oh, you know what? Follow my rules. If I stuck to my no by year rules, we're going to count that. I want to read, I'm going to say at least 1 book per month. Last year, well, I say that last year as if it's already 2026 and it's not. It's still currently 2025. It's December 26th. I read, let's make this a little more challenging. Let's make this 2, and it's going to be Roman numerals because I don't want to use whiteout. I believe I did 27 books last year. I don't set reading goals, but I do track. This is the closest I'm probably ever going to get to a reading goal. Let's put in, I don't want to do a sponsorship this year when it comes to the No Buy Project, unless it's something that is pertaining to like a finance app that I use or something. I really don't want to do a sponsorship. I don't want to like encourage anyone to try to buy stuff. So I'm going to put in get 1 sponsorship offer. Because it would be really nice if this channel, as an added bonus, once the year is done, to have it help out with my financial goals. So let's put in get 1 sponsorship offer. What else finance-wise? Let's put down get emergency fund 30, let's do 30,000. That is the more attainable one. And then let's get emergency fund let's do 35K. I have close to 30,000 now, so that should be pretty doable. I don't want to focus on that until I can get the credit card paid off. That's number 1 because interest-wise, that is my highest debt right now. For another finance one, I'm going to do fully fund my HSA, which I have been able to do for the past, well, once this comes up. I did use it a little bit this year, but I made payments toward it and I met the goal. So I fully funded it this year and I believe last year. Let's also do, I'm going to put in start contributing to a Roth IRA. Unless when I read Rich Girl Nation, unless I read her book and listen to her podcast and believe that when it comes to like financial independence, retire early, that a Roth IRA is maybe not the most ideal place to put this kind of money. It's going to depend on what I learn, but I want to have, maybe I should just invest. I'm going to learn. It's on the board. It's in pen. Can't take it back. What else? I have been saving for a trip to go to Asia. A friend of mine has moved to China. She was a teacher in North Carolina. And if you're not aware, North Carolina does not pay its teachers well. A lot of states don't. North Carolina is, I believe, notably bad when it comes to that. She ended up taking a job in China. She went for a year. She ended up having to come back. That was during the pandemic. She was living in Shanghai when that happened, and she has since moved back. And she's actually here. She's in town now. So I'm going to see if I can meet up with her tonight. And I would like to go over there. I've never been to Asia. I've always wanted to go to Japan, specifically during April, during the Sakura Festival. I want to see the cherry blossoms. I so want to see the cherry blossoms. I used to really like manga and Sailor Moon anime, and that I have since fallen out. I'm not into that nearly as much as I was. That dream of going during the Sakura Festival and seeing the trees and the pens and the stationery, which would be bad. It would be bad for me to go during the Noma year when I'm not supposed to be buying a bunch of pens and stationery. But Japan makes gorgeous fountain pens, ink, a lot of my favorite brands. My favorite ink brands, one is from, I believe, the Netherlands, and the other is Japanese. It's going to be tough, and I may have to set a budget. I may allow myself to do a low buy if and when I manage to go. But I had started saving for that. I ended up having to use some of that money. I didn't have to, but I didn't want to touch my emergency fund. So I ended up using that money. It was either to pay off a credit card or something like that. And I have since started contributing back to it. So let's put fully save up for Asia. And of course, while I'm there, let's put down visit Hong Kong Disneyland. I don't think I'm going to go this year. I want to go to Hong Kong Disneyland. I want to go to Shanghai Disneyland, and I want to go to Tokyo Disney and Tokyo Disney Sea. Definitely want to do all of that. Let's do, yeah, I'll add in contribute to get 401k match. And it doesn't say contribute to get the 401k match every paycheck or every pay cycle or whatever, but that's what it means. I already contribute to it. I want to continue doing that. What else can I do? I have some accounts. I want to consolidate my bank accounts, and there's, okay, find high yield. I'm going to put higher yield savings account. My emergency fund is currently with Basque Bank, and when I signed on with them a couple of years ago, their high yield savings account, the HSA, was the highest that I had seen. At the time, it was 4.7. It might have been close to 5%, and it has steadily been dropping down. I just got an email from them saying that it's dropping down again. It's either down to 3.9% or 3.75. I don't remember what the percentage, but they've been steadily dropping it since I've joined. I would love to be able to find an HSA that has a higher percentage to that and then transfer my funds over there. For let's put some more no buy stuff in here. I have 2 MacBooks. I have an old, I don't know if you can't see it. It's down there. Do you see that in the far bottom right hand cubby? There's, I'm trying to point, like right here. I have an old MacBook Air. I've just been sitting on it. I have an old Mac desktop. When did I get that? 2016? I've been sitting on that too. I need to get rid of these things. The MacBook Air, I believe I have already wiped the memory. I hate to say this, but I might have to see if I can find a cord so I can plug it in and make sure that it has been wiped and take it back to Apple. I'm not going to get anything for it. They can recycle it for me. I have held on to it. I also just had to get a new MacBook. So the old one I need to take back. It's in my car. I might be able to do that today. I need to take that in, and they were going to give me $50 for it. I hate that, that book, that MacBook, it's from 2017. Because of the chips and everything in it, I'm not able to update the software past Mac OS 13. They've released since then at least 2 more complete updates, and instead of doing like OS 16, they've switched it to OS 26 to match the year. So there was some stuff that I wasn't able to do with videos, with editing. So I ended up having to get a new MacBook, and I'm honestly, I'm glad. It's a lot faster. It has been an improvement when it comes to editing and just using like it for everyday stuff. So I am glad that I got it, but I need to get rid of these. They're just sitting around and they're taking up space. So I'm gonna put like declutter / like turn in Mac products. Because part of the no buy year is about me bringing fewer things in and about me having more room. I want to get rid of this stuff that is just cluttering up my space and has been bugging me. Close Ally account. It's a thing I've been putting off and I don't know why. I don't really like, so Ally Bank, I signed up with it this year because in their savings account, you can set up a bunch of buckets. I was using Capital Bank, which is what I have gone back to using again. I don't like the user interface of the Ally Bank, and I don't like the way it works. So you have to drop money in to like a big account, and then you have to funnel it down into each smaller bucket. The buckets are also, another way to think of the bucket is sinking funds. And I have a bunch of sinking funds. I don't like the user interface. I don't like that I have to put stuff in here and then delegate it afterwards. It's not automatic. With Capital, when I first started using them, there wasn't a fee. Now there is a $6 a month fee. And I like their setup so much that I'm willing to pay it. The user interface is very simple. It's very easy to understand, easy to navigate. And when I make deposits, it automatically goes to that sinking fund. I don't have to put it into one big fund and then allocate everything. I love that they do that for me. It makes it so easy and it makes the $6 a month worth it for me. If you want a similar sort of a thing, but you don't want to spend the $6 a month because it feels antithetical to saving money, Ally is fine. It's perfectly fine. Luckily for me, I'm not struggling so much financially that I can't afford $6 to pay for a service that does bring some added quality of life to me. So I'm going to leave it there, and I need to finally close. I'm tired of getting the emails from them about the Ally. I need to just close the account and be done with it. I need to just be done. My office is a mess. Do I dare? Do I dare to show you my office? I have 2 diplomas hanging up. I've got 1 diploma/certificate on the floor. I don't want them up on my walls. And it's not that I'm ashamed of them. I worked really hard for these things. I went into a lot of debt for these things, for my bachelor's and then for my doctorate. I just don't, this is a Disney themed office. They don't fit the theme. I don't want them up in here. So I need to take them down. My poo, these are my poo pins that I was collecting for the year. I got the last one. I want to put it up. And I think I want to put it up here where my bachelor's diploma is. This is a basket of inks and pens, and there might be a couple little notebooks, a couple of just weird random things. I need to get rid of that. It has been on my to-do list, and I need to just sit down and make myself do it. Getting this out of the way would bring me a lot of joy. This I want to hang up, and I have this little basket here with this little plaque from Disneyland. I need to hang the Disneyland plaque. I need to hang up my ears, and I need to declutter that. You can't see it, but right here, do you see that cardboard thing? That is a print that I bought of a film poster, Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is one of my favorite films. I need to frame that and hang it up. I know exactly where I want it to go. I just haven't done it. Of course, it means I'm framing something like that, a piece of art, as opposed to just like a movie poster, which I believe I have 1 or 2 posters. That's going to take a little bit of money. I don't know how much, and I've been putting it off because I don't want to research and try to figure out how much it's going to cost. I just haven't been wanting to do that, and I need to make myself do that. There's Pippa. She's asleep in the igloo. Since I'm not doing a lot of shopping, I have more space in my life to do other things, like make YouTube videos. Or that plastic box, it's called a knock box. That is the name of the brand. It means next of kin. So that is a box where you can put all of your mortgage paperwork, your insurance, your passports, your passwords. So like my password to my Apple account, my password to my phone, all of that stuff. This guides you through all of that. So I need to at least start working on, let's say I'm going to complete 3 tasks. And by tasks, I mean there are lots of individual folders inside, and I want to have 3 of the folders done. Yep, that is a little task. This one room is full of little tasks that I have been putting off, and thanks to the no buy year, I'm going to have time to do it. That is a fire alarm for my guest bedroom. It was malfunctioning. I took the batteries out of it. I took it off the ceiling. It would not stop beeping. This was just like, I believe Phoebe and Friends had an episode where she was driven mad, and I swear to God, I cannot tell you how much I hated that thing. I need to fix it. I need to get a replacement smoke detector. This, I need to get rid of that stuff too. I've got some filming stuff. I have an old DJI, and it's on my desk to try to remind me to get rid of it, but doing that hasn't actually made me get rid of it. I'm currently filming on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I have an old DJI. I need to take this and that, which I believe is it called a C-arm? I don't remember what it is. Part of the reason why I'm pretty sure I'm ADD, even though every screening test and quiz and stuff that I've taken online says that you're like borderline, maybe, maybe not. That was a hobby. I got early in this year, I went and I think I started rewatching. I had signed up for an online course from Matt Diavella, Master YouTube, I believe is what it was called. And I bought that either this year or last year. And I set it up, and I was going to clamp a phone or something to it. A light also, I think I was going to clamp a light to it. I didn't have the right size clamps. The threads didn't fit into what I wanted to put on it. And because of that, I've never used it. I took it apart, put it away in the bag. My plan, I was going to use it for a lot of like overhead filming. So if you know of a good way to do overhead filming that doesn't involve like this wild contraption, please let me know. That is something that I want to do, and it would have worked out well today for me, like writing on this thing, and you could have seen me writing it. I don't know that you necessarily want to see that, but you could have. I need to get rid of it. I need to get rid of that. I need to get rid of this. So I have one more block left. I'm going to put down, and there's a lens that I need to get fixed, and there's a lens cap that I need to buy from Canon. Getting rid of this, that's going to be my final bingo spot. Why is my voice? I feel like I have a lot of vocal fry right now. Okay, we're back. I'm also trying to get the lighting in here better. I don't need to complicate things. Setting these huge, lofty goals and having this idealized fantasy version of myself, it actually holds me back from doing the things that I actually want to do. So I'm going to put down in my final block, declutter / sell C-arm. I don't remember if it's called that. But in my head, that's what I call it. So that's what I'm going to put down. C-arm and old Osmo stuff. I do have a Canon camera. And in Raleigh, there is a place, it's called Southeastern Camera, I believe. That's where I bought the camera. And they take secondhand stuff from people. I think I can take it to them and get credit for them. We're done. The bingo card is complete. What I might end up doing is I might just have to tape it to the door. I'll have to see it every time that I walk in and out of the room. It will be there. Hopefully I won't become, I was going to say nose blind to it. And if I say that, I think you'll know what I mean. I don't want to become nose blind to the bingo being up there. It's possible. But when I'm filming, you should be able to see it. And as I go through the year, maybe I'll do like a monthly or a quarterly update, and we can go through and mark some stuff off of the bingo. So that is it. Oh, no, it's not. There was one big thing that I wanted to do this year. You know what? Instead of the sponsorship, I'm going to mark it out, and I'm not going to print another page. I'm just going to have to live with the fact that this isn't perfect, and I have marked it out in pen. I'm going to put down solar panels. I'd like to pay at least half. I'm going to say pay half of solar panels. I'd like to pay that down by at least half. Now we have the final bingo. As you can see, here in that box, no more sponsorship. Okay, that's it. That is it. I will see you in the next video. Bye. YouTube is going to put some stuff. So there's going to be like a subscribe, and there's going to be a video that you might want to watch. I don't control what it is, but YouTube thinks that you're going to want to watch one of these. So click away. See you in 2026.